Good day to you. Now, today I'm going to talk about the dark side of manifestation. Now, there's a lot of talk in the spiritual field, but also on YouTube everywhere, about law of attraction and the power to manifest or create your own reality. Now, there are those in power who know that this is a simulation. And they know how to manipulate the simulation, the dreamscape, whatever you want to call it, the matrix, etc., etc. So, knowledge is power. And when there are people, call them, let's say, the fake wind, very Truman Show-esque, people call NPCs, who are asleep and who are sort of proxy agents of the Matrix, who just follow the narrative and just do as they're told and conform and all the rest of it, and are ignorant to what is actually quote unquote going on for real behind the scenes. Those people are the useful idiots. They're called the sleepers, and that comprises the vast majority of humanity. Although there is this thing called the Great Awakening, in which people are, waking up to what's going on in the world and questioning their reality and going inward and actually questioning their identity. So this whole sort of kind of ascension process or awakening process is actually pushing humanity to actually go within and inquire, who am I? How did we get here? What is this all about? So in terms of manifestation, manifesting your own reality, it can be done, but the dark side of it is the whole manifestation philosophy is actually propounded by those who actually know how to manifest. And if you teach someone how to manifest their own reality and manipulate their dream to their liking, then with those who don't know how to use the power, with great power comes great responsibility, with great power comes great responsibility. And you become kind of like Spider-Man, weaving the web of existence, and like everything becomes a web of you, essentially. But the dark web, not the literal dark web, but is that, when you got, whatever you want to call them, the dark forces, the Dementors, the Archons, Reptilians, Illuminati, Freemasons, except all that, Cabal, Deep State, all of them, they're still themselves deeply asleep, and yet they know how to manifest reality and manipulate. They are black magicians. They know how to manipulate humanity and perceptions and reality. So this whole kind of end times revelation, apocalyptic war that's going on is really a war between frequencies of ignorance and knowledge, dark and light, and it's all the ascension process is being basically, you could say, stalled, you could say, by those in power, because they won't go down without a fight. And you can see this now. They're, installing 5G everywhere, and still, I don't know what they're doing with the vaccine agenda, but I sense that there's something more coming on, but we're ready now. We're ready now because humanity is waking up and everything's going to be fine. But I'm perhaps naively optimistic. I don't know. Am I? Am I naively optimistic? Don't know. But when you have the power to manifest, like Sauron from Lord of the Rings, a global a fake global pandemic that will eventually, in the year 2030, end up killing off most of the world's population, leaving only 500 million people left, then that's really manifesting against the will of God and the will of nature. So what they're doing is really going against the law of karma and all these cosmic laws that are operating right now. Yeah, it's a very important video, actually. So what they're doing is actually they're completely shooting themselves in the foot, and yet what they are telling everyone what they're doing. So on the one hand, they're not hiding what they're doing, they're telling everyone literally in plain sight exactly what's happening. And the problem is most people are still asleep and are going along with it. You know, it's like the French collaborators in Nazi Germany. They just said, well, it's just our job, or they just choose to go with the flow of like who's winning, basically. And or just like, you know, Hitler used, or like whether or not you believe whether the Holocaust happened or not, that doesn't matter. The point is, back then during World War II, that the common sort of mantra was, oh, it's just, I'm just doing my job. You know, I'm just trying to be a good citizen. I'm just doing my job. And that's exactly what NPCs do. They just say, well, I was just doing, you know. But it's like, actually, do you know what you're doing? Are you doing the right thing? Doing what is right for humanity rather than for AI or the false matrix, you know? Are you doing the right thing? You know, because doing the right thing isn't always easy. It's a bit of a challenge. It's a bit scary. It's a bit self-jeopardizing, you know? Like right now, I'm putting myself out here on YouTube talking about all this stuff, and maybe to some extent it's a bit self-jeopardizing, because yes, I have been a targeted individual in the past with all, you know, gang stalking, but, you know, all this stuff is coming to light now. It's the Great Awakening, and no stone shall be left unturned. So it's all about getting the information out there, undistilled, unadulterated, as it should be. And, you know, if I get censored or shadow banned, I don't care. At least I have the record of the video that I made, and I can put it on other platforms, or but the point is, it's out there. That's the whole point. And having courage, having bravery doesn't mean that you're not scared. It's feeling the fear and doing it anyway, because, you know, fear is just an illusion to keep the mind trapped in a loop in the matrix, and you know what I mean? Fear is control. That's why in the news, media, every single day, it's all this negative shit. This negative, fearful, death, disease, war, on repeat. And it's been the same thing for, well, hundreds of years now, through the media. You know, it's all this Freemason, Illuminati media that's just, you know, negative, negative, negative. Oh, this is happening, that's happening, that. But, you know, and it steals your attention, because the most valuable commodity really is not money. It's not money at all. It's actually attention. And when someone has your attention and says, oh my God, this is happening, be afraid, there's a fire, ah, if someone does that, most people will be like, oh shit, maybe he's right, ah, and they'll react like that. And then there's one guy in the middle like, actually, nothing's going on, you know? And then he's made to look like the crazy one because he's not conforming or reacting to the mainstream chaos, you know? So there we go. I thought that is a good video. We're on 10 minutes now. So yeah, be free, have fun, have faith, and enjoy the game.